What's up, girl? What's up, girl? So today's topic is three things that are holding you back from losing 20 pounds in 60 days. And so, welcome to the Thick Fit Nurse Life podcast. It's your girl, Coach Indy, and I help other nurses. I'm a travel nurse, and I help other nurses to be able to lose 30 to 100 pounds without having to cut out carbs or count calories. And so today I wanted to talk about the three major things that are holding you back from reaching your goals. And I know that as in the next 30 days here, because with it being midnight, it is officially December 1st. Officially December 1st. So I know that this is a time where people start thinking about what goals they have in mind. And I talk to so many people every single day that want to lose 20 pounds in 60 days. But there is a difference between wanting something and that bridge to execution. And I'm currently getting over being sick for the second time in November. So bear with like my voice and whatnot. But if you're watching this live, give me a hashtag live. If you're watching this on the replay, then give me a hashtag replay. So the three things that are holding you back, like this is crazy. Like me personally, I am reading a personal development book called Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. And in it, he talks about how like he had a trash upbringing and he had all of the excuses in the world to essentially be a low life. And so sometimes like we may grow up with a crappy past, or sometimes the hand that is dealt to us is super crappy. And so sometimes we go through life and we feel like it's okay to be the way we are because of the hand that we were dealt. You know, something in life just wasn't fair. And all of us, literally all of us, have had something happen to us in life where it just wasn't fair. Um, and I can definitely like relate to that myself as someone that grew up um, just in the projects, evicted from the projects, homelessness, and then even going through an adulthood, recently divorce, and you know all kinds of turmoil. So there's always something in life where you feel like you have the right to just be complacent, the right to not live your best life, the right to not be the right to be average. When really, if you have weight loss goals, then that means that you want to be better than average, because like the average American is overweight. The average American is in that overweight or obese category, unfortunately. I think it's like something like 75% of Americans are overweight. And so when you say you want to lose 20 pounds, then you're saying you want to be above average, that you don't want to be like the average American. So then you have to like pivot and adjust to no longer having like the average American thinking. Because if the average American is overweight, if the average American is obese, then you can no longer think like the average American. So one of the things that I come across, and this is one of the things that is holding you back, is denial. And I say this because I come across so many people that, you know, they say, I can't even wipe myself from the back. Like I can't even reach from the back. Like I have to wipe myself from the front. Like I can't even see my vagina because my fupa overhangs. They get winded when they're going up the stairs. They get winded when they're doing like any sort of activity that isn't sitting down. They are not eligible for weight loss surgery because they have to lose a certain amount of weight before they're even eligible for weight loss surgery. So maybe you can relate to this. Maybe you can relate to being winded going up the stairs. Maybe you can relate to your fupa covering your private area, not being able to even wipe yourself properly to prevent like a UTI, for instance. Maybe you can relate to not being able to do any activity with your children without having the energy to do so. Maybe you've had some binge eating in there, and you've just quietly stayed in the pantry or hid yourself in the pantry while binge eating. So, but the thing is that like all these things that may be making you uncomfortable, you've gotten comfortable with being uncomfortable. Does that make sense? Like you've gotten comfortable with being in pain. So the very first step, the number one thing that I see that holds people back from losing 20 pounds in 60 days is that they've gotten comfortable with being uncomfortable. They've gotten comfortable with being in their situation. No matter how hard it is, it's not quite hard enough. It's not enough to push you in the right direction. So I'm gonna mute myself for a sec. The number two thing that I find that holds people back from losing the 20 pounds in 60 days is accountability. So oftentimes in life, whenever there's something that's hard, because again, losing weight is very different from the average American thinking, if the average American is overweight. So then you have to have some sort of accountability, whether it's to yourself or a coach or some group of people. And so I want you to think about this part being like nursing school. When you're in nursing school, you wouldn't ever dare think that you can become a nurse just by reading a book. You wouldn't dare think that you can ever become a nurse just from reading a book, because like it's a very difficult thing. Like you're going from no medical experience to now wanting to serve people at the highest level and treat them medically, like being able to give them treatments, being able to give them medications. Like some medications can actually kill people if you're not careful, right? So it takes having instructors, it takes clinicals, and even with tests and instructors and clinicals, it's still, even then, you have to go through job training. So it takes a lot in order to get from point A to point B. And so I'm using nursing school because it's something that you'll most likely be able to relate to, right? So you had the hand holding in nursing school in order to get you from point A to point B, or you had on the job training where you were able to get from point A to point B, right? So it's the same thing when it comes to your weight loss journey, because the thing is that you don't know what you don't know. And the thing is that having competence, like having the knowledge on nutrition, equals confidence. And when you are confident in what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, how long you're going to do it, then that confidence translates into being able to stay on the journey long term. I'll give another example, and that's with me being an online coach and running an online business. I always hire business coaches, right? Because there's just certain things that I don't know. Like I have to admit, like for instance, I'll give an example, email marketing. there may be certain things that I don't know about email marketing, but what I have to do is I have to get mentorship in that area. So what you have to do, my point being is that what you have to do when it comes to weight loss is you have to either teach yourself about nutrition and fitness or hire a mentor. Those are the two options, because you don't know what you don't know. And if you don't know, you're not competent and you're not confident in the way in which you should go. And it honestly takes that. It takes that because, again, being on a weight loss journey is not easy. And especially not easy when you don't know what you're doing. So definitely, I would say pour into yourself. Look up all of the things that you can look up. Even I've known people to even get certifications just for their own weight loss journey, just for them being able to know what it is that they should be doing on their weight loss journey. But if you feel like you don't have the time to do all of that, then it's really, really helpful to have the hand holding with coaching. So number one, we said, was getting out of denial. Like, you cannot be comfortable with all of the things that are holding you back, all of the pain that it cost you with being overweight. Number two is being accountable and getting like the training and the knowledge. And number three is feeling like it's even possible or that you're worthy. And, I think that this is very, very huge. And like, I always like ask people, like, do you feel it's possible for you to hit your goal weight? Like, do you feel that you're worthy? And a lot of times I get yeses, but I think that people's actions shows otherwise, because I always see this process, even within my own coaching business, where initially I can tell that people don't really trust the process. But then once they do, then it's like this light bulb goes off and they're just like on fire. And so they take off. So I know for a fact that many of you don't even feel like it's possible to get to your goal weight. You don't feel like you're worthy. And I think a lot of it comes from just being in the same spot for decades, because so many women that I talk to, they'll say, like, my kids are 17 years old and I've been overweight since my postpartum journey with them. So it may have been 10, 20 years of having the same 30 to 100 pounds on. And so that's what makes it feel like it's never going to work. And maybe it's because you've tried so many different things. But the thing is that you have to really think about, like, are the things that I've tried, were they sustainable long term? Like, was it just like some teas and some weight trainers and some bye belly juice or some supplements? Like, what are the things that you tried in order to lose weight? Were they really sustainable or were they quick fixes? Because anytime that it's a quick fix, it's not going to work long term, because you have to do that quick fix for the long term in order to see consistent results. And, skipping a meal a day, and replacing it with a shake is just not sustainable long term. Or, whatever it is that you tried, whatever quick fix that it was that you tried, is not sustainable long term. So I think that also leads to a lot of not feeling like it's possible, not feeling like it's worthy, is just like, I've tried everything and nothing has worked. Well, does that mean you give up? Does that mean that you're going to keep 100 pounds on you for the rest of your life, dealing with pre-diabetes or diabetes and high blood pressure and feeling winded when you go up the stairs and not being able to play with your kids, not being able to even wipe yourself right, not even being able to see your private parts for the rest of your life? Like, that just doesn't add up. But if you can get out of denial, if you can gain some accountability, some self-accountability, some self-assessment, the ability to self-audit and say, like, I need to lose 20 pounds. I need to lose 30 pounds. And when I say like self-assess and self-audit, I don't mean like beat yourself up. I mean like just being real with yourself and recognizing that it is what it is. Recognizing that, yeah, I'm overweight, but I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to learn what I need to learn, or I'm going to hire who I need to hire. I'm going to do what I got to do in order to get this weight off. So once you get out of denial, once you have that self-accountability, once you gain the confidence and competence, and once you feel like it's possible and feel like you're worthy, all those pieces coming together leads to you being able to get out of the mindset that the average American has that led them to being overweight and being in the obese category, to then being able to have an above average mindset of not being in denial, being self-accountable, feeling like it's possible, feeling like you're worthy, and being able to be successful in your weight loss journey. And hopefully picking something that is sustainable. What I do is I coach on being able to let go of emotional eating, to deal with your emotions in a much healthier way. And then also being able to be more mindful of the foods that you're eating, being able to gradually increase better habits that you'll be able to keep for the rest of your life. And once you have those habits that you can keep for the rest of your life, to be able to incorporate whole foods, to be able to know how to schedule yourself when it comes to your workouts, when it comes to being confident when you're in the gym so that you know what you're doing, then you're able to keep those habits for the rest of your life and see the weight stay off for the rest of your life without the gimmicks, without the teas, without the shakes, without the supplements, without any of the quick fixes, and see 10 pounds come off every 30 days. But it does take hard work. Like, it's not just going to be voila and snap your fingers and the weight is off. But once you get in the habit of tracking your food, scheduling in your workouts, then you get in that calorie deficit. And once you're in that calorie deficit, then you see the weight just fall off. So that is my spiel on the 3 things that are holding you back from losing 20 pounds in 60 days. If you are listening on my social medias, then make sure you let me know what your biggest takeaway was. If you are listening on my podcast, then please be sure, if you're getting value, to rate the episode or the podcast with a 5 stars. It really greatly helps me to be able to get my message out to other people that need to hear it. And as always, it is faith, consistency, and hard work that is going to get you to your goals. And if you want to know about more of what I do, or just need like a boost, like you just need some help, then shoot me a DM that says Thick Fit Secrets, and I'll get you some free workouts. I'll get you set up with some free workouts and some free nutrition trainings to help you get started on your weight loss journey. I'd be happy to help. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Coach Indy, and I help nurses to be able to lose 30 to 100 pounds without having to cut carbs or count calories. And so I hope that you guys have a really good day. Coach Indy signing out. Bye.